entertaining the troops, and he has no problem separating the need to keep those kids sane from the government that's sending them there. And all of which impresses me a great deal. And he handles his fame in such a beautiful, modest way.
Well, and one of the things I was curious about, you grew up in, I think, relatively small town, North Carolina?
Well, no, the capital, Raleigh.
Raleigh.
Some very small town ideas, if that helps.
Well, one of the themes that runs through Tales of the City, which I enjoyed so much, was sort of the smallness of a community and the interconnectedness between these characters, many of which were sort of disparate characters that you would never assume would interact. And then as the series goes on, you realize more and more the linkages, which I think is somewhat of a small town theme. And
Well, San Francisco is in that regard. It's a cosmopolitan small town. It's quite possible to run into your wife's gynecologist at the baths, as Beecham Day does, And I had been at that point that I started writing them, I was getting fascinated by the E.F. Benson's Map and Lucia novels, which are all set in a village in England. And it struck me that San Francisco, that you could write an English village novel about San Francisco because it's small enough for people to run across each other. And there are a lot of things about San Francisco that can be related, for instance, to a small town in the South, because there are. I felt completely comfortable moving from Charleston, South Carolina, to San Francisco, even despite the difference in the politics, because they were both beautiful, small places that were obsessed with their history and didn't want things torn down. And they revered eccentricity in a certain way. You were forgiven almost anything. They might generally hate you, but if they got to know you on some level as a gay person or as anything, that normally generates bigotry, racial or gender-wise.
If you had charm and could tell a story, it went a long way.
Yeah, if they liked you, you could hang around.